Good morning, everyone. Just going to do a quick walk around. This is Jim with Tennessee Farm, and looking at the planter, we've got some asparagus going in and some other things volunteered to come up. That's what happens when you're reusing soil. Some of it had some compost in it and some vegetables, things like that started coming up, but we just transplant them, move them around. Do a quick walk around and see what all is going on today. This is blueberry bush, and just planted last year. Sister Johnny gave me that. Turned out real nice. We'll be producing lots of blueberries from that one. Let's walk down. This is some onions just mixed in here, and got some herbs and things in here. We've got some parsley. I've got cilantro. We've got mint, we've got sage, there's the mint. That should be oregano right there. We got some rosemary coming back, some asparagus, some cilantro, and thyme is coming back right there. We'll get this weeded out a little bit. Put some more mulch in and make it look better here in the next few days. This is a raised bed that I built, and got videos on that. Got the asparagus. I planted 2-year asparagus crowns, and they are coming up with their normal things. And we've got some lettuce coming up inside there that I'll wind up transplanting. There's a little tomato plant. There's another tomato plant, no telling what kind. There's another tomato plant. That looks like a sunflower, if I'm not mistaken. That looks like a very healthy green bean. More lettuce, another little tomato, more tomatoes. And there's another green bean. Just a little bit of everything. I'll get these transplanted, moved around. And let's see what's going on. We're going to walk around the big maple tree here. This is a little something that we're actively working on right now. Just painted this concrete planter to make it's going to be black, and the exterior of the house is going to be a very dark slate charcoal painted over the bricks, so it's going to look nice. And we're going to use the dark mulch in here. We got this weeded and the barrier put in, and I think I mentioned it in the video where we did this, that this barrier is 4 foot by 50 foot from Dollar General for $5. So there you go. Look for the deals. This bush will be coming out. This is a planter that I just built from cedar that was out in the woods here, and we got some driftwood back there as well. That'll have different plants in that. Probably gonna put the Japanese maple in there as well. But let's walk on around the garden, see what else is happening. 2 planters down here at the entrance to the garden. Lots of traffic this morning early. Pretty day. Got a little rain last night, not much. It's looking better. A little drier. Yesterday, I got about 68 kernels of a sweet sun glow yellow corn yesterday. I'm not going to plant as much corn to eat as I did last year. It was an absolute nightmare, but just kind of testing this little plot here. It's about 70 stalks, should be 70 stalks. We'll see, make sure everything germinates, but we'll see how it works out coming up through the fabric. I'm thinking also that fabric makes the soil a little warmer underneath when we get the sun. It's a little earlier than I would normally plant corn. Last year I had germination issues with the soil temperature. So we'll see how this works. Again, this is just 1 pack of seed. This is supposed to mature in 68 days. It may get stunted with our cooler weather right now, but we will see. Onions are doing magnificent all the way up through there. We got about 80 white onions, 80 yellow onions, and 80 purple onions all in there. This is going to be tomatoes on this end, on this fence trellis here, and we'll show you on the other end. Already got some tomatoes transplanted. I'm going to do squash. I've got, I think, about 20 or so planted yesterday. Just planting through this. There's another bean down there. I might have to dig that up and transplant it. Last year I had beans growing on the corn stalks, so when everything got disked in, lots of times we wind up with beans in the soil. So that adds nitrogen over time. Let's see. This is our crookneck squash that's planted through the woven fabric here. And I will actually train those up on that fence and have them going vertically. That, in my opinion, it does help reduce the squash bugs. You know, when you don't have the vines growing all over the ground, it will help. But I'm going to use diatomaceous earth around anything like that here. It's a good natural way. It's just crushed up shells, oyster shells, things like that, that the bugs don't like. So there's our tomatoes. Those are early girl hybrids. They are indeterminate. Last year, if I could have kept the temperatures right, I could have had tomatoes year round. I mean, they were just, I had to just finally pull them up and they still had tomatoes growing on them. So we're gonna train them to the trellis this time. And again, all the way down the other side of that fence is gonna be different types of tomatoes, but these are the early girls right here, and they will be my first producers. Forgot to mention that corn, the Sunglow hybrid sweet corn. It is an early variety that handles the cooler weather a little bit, but again, it's going to be just a test right now to see how that works out. Let's walk around and see what else is happening. I've got mulch piled up everywhere. I got the 5 for $10 deals that the big box stores do, so I'm going to be putting a full plastic barrier over my walkways and then using the mulch on top of that. So it's dry enough to have my truck in the middle of the field. So that's the first time that's happened this year. All right, let's walk around and see what else we've got going on up here. I've had seedlings going on for a couple of months now, just growing different things. That's some more squash. That's some spaghetti squash. Those are the clips for the tomatoes and different things. There's a little tomato. There's some beans. I have pickling cucumbers started in these cups. I have Sugar Baby non-GMO heirloom watermelons planted in those cups. And let's walk around. There's a little test there for a lemon tree and some milkweed. I use that deer hunting. It helps me check the wind direction. Let's see what else we got in these grow bags. We've got some carrots. We've got spinach that's going to be coming up. We've got red, orange, yellow bell peppers, and cilantro in that one. These are just kind of sitting here where I can move them around. We've got more carrots going on down in there. Plenty of onions. I've got lettuce to transplant. This is a romaine lettuce. And these are big slicing cucumbers like I grew last year. When we missed any and they got too big, boy, the chickens really enjoyed them during the hottest part of the year. They were great. We got bell pepper going up here. And some more cilantro, some Carolina Reapers, slicing cucumbers there. There's one just sprouted up overnight. And let's see, this is little red Irish potatoes, and these are big russet potatoes, and they got a little frost the other night, but I think they're coming back. I went back in and filled with more dirt, and that should help us produce more potatoes as well. The bag was probably about 3 or 4 inches shy of being full, so I went back in just yesterday, fill this up more. We'll see what happens. Harvested a good bit of kale yesterday out of this bag. This is a red Russian kale, and I mixed it with onions and just sauteed, and I may or may not have used a little bacon fat, but boy, it was good, very good. I'll go ahead and say it, yes I did. And there's some onions, more onions, and let's see what else we have going on. All right, here's our lettuce. We got plenty of lettuce. These will get huge. Probably have to pull a few of those up. They will get absolutely huge, big romaine heads. And my squash got a little frost back here, so they got burned up, but I've got plenty more. This was just the beginning. Let's look at some more of this. I've got some garlic corms in here, and I threw some bunching onion seed in as well. Again, this is sort of a test right here. This is more lettuce, and more lettuce, and more lettuce. So there you go. We'll walk over here and take a peek at this group of elephant garlic. You guys sure are loud this morning. Yes, you are. There's some white and yellow onions growing right there in the tire. And this elephant garlic is just really, really doing good. We had some super cold weather this year. About 8 inches of snow was sitting on top of this. But it's done well. It has done very, very well. Using a lot of the potassium and all the nutrients we need for the bulb development right now. Tell us what that is, if you will. Sister Johnny planted that, and it is taking over. I'm going to transplant some of this up to the front, to the cedar bed. This was made using just cedar logs that I found in the woods right behind the house back there. So there you go. Let's make a quick visit with all the kids out here. These roosters were all roaming the property yesterday all over, causing total havoc, right guys? Huh? Let's walk in and see what's happening. How are you guys doing? That is Sherlock Holmes. This is Sam Spade. Kojak, can you say hello? Kojak. He's gonna dance for us. That is Kojak. This is Axel Foley. Yes, they're all detectives. All right, wish they'd use a little common sense sometimes. Let's walk next door and see your sisters. All right. Keep rotating the chickens around to different coops. This is considered the north coop. The other day we were outside and heard this guy crowing, so he is officially, Chance is officially a rooster, and boy is he a beautiful one. This is Kiki. Kiki, say hello. Kiki, can you say hello to Kelsey? Hello. Boy, she is a pretty girl. And this little girl, Jin Jin, is acting all broody. She's been hanging around Freckles too much, and she's acting broody. That is Jin Jin. And there's Cagney. Hey, Cagney. Cagney keeps a low profile, stays out of trouble. Let's walk next door and see what's happening. Okay, good morning, guys. This is the legendary Dick Tracy, right there with his purple earlobes. Ooh, that was Columbo in the background there. This is Miss Ivy. This is Rosie. They think I've got food. There's Emerald. There's Ruby. There's Cinnamon. What'd you guys do with Spice? There she is. There's Miss Spice. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Dick Tracy, you're making a mess. All right, let's go see everyone over in the southeast coop. Hang on. All right, good morning, Columbo. There is Freckles and Miss Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae's getting her white feathers back. She is a beautiful, beautiful chicken. Can you guys say hello? All right, we're being shy this morning. Freckles was real broody for a while, and we took all the eggs away from her so that she wasn't around any eggs, and she's doing better. But springtime, they really start getting broody where they want to be a mama, but some of them are not quite ready. Freckles was a good mama, though. So everyone's doing great in the southeast coop. Hope everyone else is doing great out there. We appreciate you watching. If you are not subscribed, please like and subscribe the video. We appreciate you very much. Tennessee Farm out.